What's going on, guys? Jake here from the Fiend. Thanks for tuning back in to another fly tie tutorial. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to tie up a smoke and bone soft tackle. Awesome little emerger pattern. If you swing soft tackles, I'm going to throw a fresh hook in the vise and we'll get right into this tutorial. The hook I'm tying this fly on is a Firehole 6 7/18 in a size 12. I'll also tie this on a 14 and a 16 as well. The thread I'm going to be using is UTC 70 denier in gray brown. And I'm going to start my thread right behind the back of that hook eye. And I'm just going to take some thread wraps, creating a nice little base layer. The first material we'll be tying in is our tail. For our tail, it's going to take two fibers of Coq de Leon. This is just a medium pardo. So I'm going to try to get this situated right on top. It's a little tricky since these fibers are a little bit slick. Just like so. So I'm actually going to take my thread up this hook shank with the butts. I don't want to cut them right out at the base. I'm going to start my tapered body here and leaving stuff in full. For the full body is just going to create a nice slim tapered body. You won't have any bumps in it. So next material we'll be tying in is our rib, and for our rib going to be using just 6X mono. So this rib is kind of optional. I like to put it on just because it's going to add a lot more durability to the overall fly. You could use wire, but I like the look of biots when they're kind of like natural. They have those really deep ridges in them. So this is kind of the best of both worlds. You still kind of get that deep ridge on the biot, and you have the durability from a rib. So once that's tied in there, I'm going to be tying in our actual body. For that, I'm just going to be using a turkey biot. This is just the natural color biot. So it's got some kind of cool markings in it, kind of cool barring. I'm just going to prep this to be tied in. I'm going to be tying in this biot so the curvature is facing towards me. So if the curvature is facing towards my chest. And that's how you're going to get a nice ridge and spaced out properly. So I'm going to grab my Hackle pliers here, grab the tip of that biot. I'm going to start making open wraps, creating this segmented body. You want to make sure you anchor that down nice and tight, just like so. Now I'm going to grab this 6X mono, and I'm just going to come under rib in between all these ridges. That's going to add tons of durability to the overall fly. Then you can just cut that out. So it's nice because you can't really see that rib, and you can still see all those nice profound ridges from that turkey biot. So what I'm going to do right now is whip finish, cut out my thread. This is where we're going to build a thorax, kind of get any of these stray fibers. UTC thread hasn't really been too consistent lately, so she's been fraying and stuff. So for the actual thorax slash kind of when mayflies are emerging, they get this gas bubble, which actually brings them up to the surface. The gas air chamber kind of is actually what makes them emerge. So this is kind of what this is mimicking. I'm going to be using Loon Outdoors UV fly finish. This is in smoke. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to build up nice little thorax here. If you keep this spinning, you're gonna it's gonna help you create a nice little perfect round thorax. So you want to be cautious about how much room you're leaving behind the eyelet, between the eyelet and the front of this, since you are going to be tying in a soft hackle. So I like to usually kind of build this up pretty generously. I really want this to be one of the kind of first things that they see. So I'm just going to keep spinning that. And this is going to be an awesome little prop for my my soft hackle to sit around too. So depending on what size hook you tie on, obviously the thorax is going to be different. This is a size 12, so this is probably about a I'd say like a 3.2 millimeter bead. I kind of just go off what bead size I would put on this hook, and I would just go up a little bit bigger than that. So after that's cured, I can restart my thread, and ideally you want probably about a half to a full eye's length behind the back of that hook eye, depending on how comfortable you are at tying in soft hackles. If you're kind of new, I would leave a little bit more space, just so you aren't going to be crowding the eye. But if you've been tying with soft hackles for a bit, then you can definitely get away with a little bit less, since soft hackles don't really take up too much hook shank. So for the actual soft hackle part, I'm going to be using some hen. This is a speckled gray. And if you don't have hen, Hungarian partridge, like in a natural, is an awesome substitution. So what I like to do is I like to actually strip off half. I want this very sparse. I'm just going to tie that right in, just like so. I'm going to grab my hackle pliers, grab the tip of that stem, just pull it up to vertical, and I can just make a couple nice wraps right in front of each other. You don't want to go over the stem. You just want to go right in front of each other. You don't want these to bunch up at all. Once you get to the back of that eye, you can capture it, cut out the stem. Now you can throw your whip finish in, finish off the fly. I like to back wrap over some of those stems. It's just going to add so much more durability to that fly. You can see there that UV resin really acts as a good prop to hold up that soft hackle. Now you could fish it just like this. I like to put a little bit more of this UV fly finish on the actual thread. That's just going to lock that down even more. Cure that for a couple seconds and you're good to go. So I like fishing these on a trout spay. You can fish these in well, you can fish them in fast riffles, but I like to fish them in long, slow tail outs. This thing, when it's after you're doing your swing and you're coming to the dangle, and once this fly starts to rise back up to the surface, that's probably when you're going to get 99% of your hits. This thing just looks awesome in the water. You can add a little bit of CDC in there if you want. I like to kind of keep it bare bones, just like that. This is my favorite color combo. And tie a few up. Let me know how you do with them. Definitely fun little soft hackle to swing. So hope you liked today's tutorial, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a bunch. If you have any questions about the fly or any of the material, you can leave that down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you want to find materials or this actual fly to purchase, you can check out my website at theflyfiend.com. Thanks a lot again for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next tutorial.